OLFA cutters are exported worldwide to more than 100 countries. The OLFA story begins in 1956 when the snap-off blade cutter was invented. Through the years, what has driven OLFA? Can we produce a cutting tool with a sharper edge? Can we create a tool that's easier to use and lasts longer? Can we make it safer to use cutting tools? These concerns led to the creation of the world's first snap-off blade cutter. This convenient cutter was created by Yoshio Okada, who grew up helping out in the family paper cutting business. When the idea came to him, Yoshio was working in a printing company and was frustrated when the knives and blades that he was using to cut paper got blunt so quickly. He felt that it was costly and wasteful. Having grown up in the paper cutting business, Yoshio recalled that craftsmen in the old days would make clean cuts using the keen edge of freshly broken glass. Then, the way that chocolate bars are segmented to make it easy to break pieces off gave him the idea of making a segmented blade. Perhaps he could make it so that a sharp, new edge was readily available when the old one dulled. This inspiration, drawn from glass and chocolate bars, was the first step toward OLFA's success. There were many trials and tribulations before the idea became a viable product. In the end, largely due to word of mouth, the ingenious and completely novel snap-off blade cutter was recognized and gained a reputation for providing a constantly sharp cutting edge. And sales grew. Yoshio continued to think about how to make better cutters and devoted himself to creating products for different applications and situations. In 1979, his other great invention, the rotary cutter, was perfected. For cutting circles. For cutting wavy lines. For cutting perforations. For cutting fabric. For cutting cardboard. For cutting plastic. For cutting wallpaper. For cutting plywood. For cutting lumber. The company has not only focused on how to cut things, but has also been broadening the range of things that can be cut. These days, the company has become a well-known global brand with a lineup of more than 100 products. Today, the founder's corporate philosophy continues to spread OLFA's convenience to a growing number of people around the world. The world's first snap-off blade cutter, OLFA's blade sizes and breaking angle have become de facto global standards. OLFA is not interested in merely producing large quantities cheaply. Our product concept is completely different from other companies. What we strive for is consistently superior cutting performance, safety and durability, easy-to-use knives for various applications. Then there is our distinctive brand color, yellow. OLFA is a company that insists on getting things right. A cutter is a tool, and a tool should function as an extension of a user's hand. That is why, for stringent quality control, we insist on manufacturing 100% in Japan. At the same time, always trying to meet any need, we carry out original development. OLFA cutters are very popular in the stationery market. Work sites, schools, and homes. People use our tools in many areas of life. OLFA products are particularly suited to uses where safety is a priority. Because of range of quality levels and design, they are suited to a wide variety of purposes. Even so, many people have yet to realize just how wide OLFA's range of cutting tools really is. People do not know that there is a perfect cutting tool for each kind of job. For the stationery market, there is the 180 black model. There is also the A and other models. For precise cutting, it's easy to get a neat finish with the AK series. And the SAC-1. The CMP series is made for cutting circles in paper or film. We also provide mats to make the cutting surface safer, and disposal cases to safely snap off and hold old blades. Cutting mats protect desk and tabletops, and also make it easier to control the cutter blade, and preserve the cutting edge. Keep the cutting edge sharp by frequently snapping off the tip. It's dangerous to cut with a dull blade. The blade disposal case is used for safely snapping off and storing used blade sections and helps to ensure a safer working environment. In the work tool and hardware industry, OLFA products are widely used by professionals. When carrying out special tasks, both professionals and people doing do-it-yourself projects appreciate the special designs of our diverse range of cutters. At OLFA, we consider how cutters and blades are used in various workplaces and industries, and have been developing models that can stand the heavy use that professionals demand. This wide range of products also helps us maintain and increase our share of the market. The main OLFA products used in the hardware and hand tools market are heavy-duty models such as the OL, CL, FL, and PL1. Extra heavy-duty tools such as the H1 and NH1 are designed for even harder use. Other standard models, including the A and PA2, are also widely used. The PL1 and PA2 Pro-Load multi-blade cutters store spare blades inside the handle, enabling quick blade replacement for working without interruption. The PL1 holds 6 spare blades, and the PA2 5. Both allow easy insertion at the back of the handle. Then there's the X Design series. PL5, L5AL, XH1, and XA1. The unique, easy-to-hold rubber grip provides unrivaled non-slip comfort and enables maximum cutting force. The FWP1, A5, and PA2 come with ultra-sharp black blades and are well suited for wallpaper. Our XL black blades have sharper edges than our regular blades. They are great for cutting overlapping wallpaper when an inconspicuous joint is desired. Carpet layers appreciate the OL. The SBR1, and SVR2 are perfect for cutting window film and come with rust-resistant stainless steel blades. The 45C is designed to cut all kinds of sheeting materials. The comfort grip of the NA1, NOL1, and NH1 is resistant to solvents, and the non-slip finish makes it easier to work in environments where paint and similar materials are used. In the cleaning industry where dirt needs to be scraped, the BSR 600, BSR 300, BSR 200, SCRL, SCRN, and SCRS all get the job done. The replaceable blade of the BSR 600, BSR 300, and BSR 200 enables these models to do double duty as flexible scrapers. Changing blades is easy. The CL is convenient for cutting corrugated cardboard. To prevent the blade from cutting too deeply, the cutting depth is adjustable. And for removing the tops of boxes, there is a metal guide that keeps the cut parallel to the top edge. The CL also has a sturdy built-in staple remover. Safety comes to the fore with the SK4 and SK7, which have a spring-activated mechanism to automatically retract the blade. They are widely used in factories, warehouses, and other places where boxes have to be opened. The L1, H1, NOL1, NLAL, and NH1 are widely used at construction sites and other work sites. The NH1, which comes with our 25mm extra heavy-duty blade, is an ideal tool for cutting building materials. The SCS1 and SCS2 are popular in the leather industry and with shoemakers. Gardeners and growers appreciate the convenient versatility of the CS1 and CS2. "50 blade packs of replacement blades are also available to meet the heavy-duty demands of the professional user. Whether for practical, everyday use or in the toolkit of a hobbyist, more and more people are using cutters for a growing range of applications. OLFA cutters are also popular for leisure and craft use, especially for patchwork, quilt making, and model making. Many hobbyists use OLFA tools. In addition to cutters, OLFA also has a rich and varied lineup of accessories, such as mats and rulers, which help to make cutters even more convenient. We offer a wide range of products that enhance both convenience and creativity. In its market, OLFA has been steadily increasing its market share and developing more convenient tools. OLFA supplies a varied range of products for patchwork and quilting. To smoothly cut cloth or paper, our rotary cutters have different types of replaceable circular blades. The CMP3 is a breakthrough product that makes it easy to cut neat circles in cloth. Designed for cutting quilting and chenille, the CHN1 chenille cutter has 4 cutting guides that can be selected according to the thickness of the material. The ultra-sharp black CHB1 blade is used with the CHN1. No matter what you want to cut, the superb sharp-edged blade will help make the work go smoothly. Our range of mats do more than protect the worktop. They also make cutting easier and preserve the cutting edge. The rich range of sizes and the grid and other cutting guidelines make cutting easier. When you want to cut something, a mat is indispensable. All of our quilt rulers have a frosted finish that makes the scale easy to read when working with densely patterned fabrics or dark materials. They are also thick enough to discourage even rotary cutters from riding on the ruler. Grids and other guidelines are an aid when cutting different types of lines. Convenient and easy-to-use OLFA cutters have broadened the world of patchwork and quilt making. In addition to our standard cutters for papercraft, the AK1, AK4, CMP1, and CMP1DX are also widely used. Scrapbookers find that cutters such as the A, AK1, RTY4, WAC2, PIK2, and CMP1DX enable them to cut the exact shapes they want to make. Heavy-duty cutters are often used for model making, but for highly precise work, the SAC1, CK1, and CK2 craft knives are also popular. When it comes to cutting plastic sheets, the P800 and P450 are designed to cleanly cut rigid acrylic and vinyl. Anyone can easily make their own clean-edged mounts for pictures and photos using the MC45 and MC45DX. The MC45DX comes with a grooved ruler that makes clean, accurate cuts easy. The AK1 is OLFA's standard art knife. The pen grip makes it useful for precise work. The environmentally friendly shaft is made entirely from recycled plastic. The standard blade angle is 32.8 degrees. And the knife is supplied in a package with 25 blades. To insert a blade, you grasp the barrel and spin the shaft to open the chuck. After inserting a blade in the jaws, spin the shaft until the blade is securely gripped. For people who spend long hours at their craft, the AK4 is a professional tool for precise cutting. The non-slip rubber grip makes it easier to hold the knife for long hours with less fatigue. The option of 3 types of blades, the straight KB4S, the curved KB4R, or the chisel tip KB4F, makes the AK4 a multi-purpose tool. It can also accept 2 saw blades, the KB4F5 and the KB4NS3 that are used with the hobby knife. To change the blade, you grasp the rubber grip and spin the shaft to open the jaws enough to remove the blade. After inserting a new blade, spin the shaft until the blade is securely gripped. The SAC-1 is a snap-off blade cutter that takes acutely pointed 30-degree tip SAB blades. It's suited to precise work where the cut opening has to be clearly visible. The ultra-slim long body is stylish and easy to hold. Made from stainless steel, it is also resistant to rust. The OL is an important tool for carpet layers. The blade holder has a special form with an upper channel that extends beyond the handle to prevent flexing of the blade and enable cutting of thick materials. At the other end of the handle, a blunt, claw-like extension makes it easy to push carpet into corners or to apply pressure when carpet is laid over tack strips. Safety is given high priority in the SK4, which has a spring mechanism to automatically retract the blade. The SK4 is widely used for cutting cardboard or expanded vinyl wrapping materials. With the SK4, you do not have to keep your thumb on the slider while cutting. The instant the blade leaves the cut, it is automatically retracted into the handle. To replace the blade, move the lugs of the slider to the indentations in the blade channel and raise the slider by pulling it. The CMP-1 is convenient for cutting circles in paper, vinyl, and other materials. By adjusting the length of the sliding arm and tightening the screw, it's possible to cut circles with diameters of from 1 to 15 centimeters. When the cutting edge becomes dull from use, the screw-fixed blade can be removed and replaced. For left-handers, you can reverse the direction of rotation and set the blade to face the opposite direction. To avoid making spike holes in the material, use the supplied center spike pad. When the center spike pad is used, the minimum circle diameter is 4 centimeters. To ensure safety, after use, move the slider to the end of the arm and place the cap on the unit. The cap can store up to 5 spare blades and also holds the center spike pad. The CMP-1DX is a compass cutter with a ratchet built into the handle. This ratchet mechanism enables circular cuts from 1.6 to 22 centimeters in diameter to be easily made without wrist rotation. It can cut materials such as paper and plastic film. If you use the supplied center spike pad, you can avoid making spike holes in the cut material. Before use, remove the spike cap and attach it to the compass. That way you will avoid losing it. Loosen the screw to release the blade. After use, always return the blade and replace the cap on the spike. The CL is a carton cutter with a sturdy staple remover and a guide to facilitate cutting off box tops. Having a staple remover immediately at hand makes work go much more efficiently. The flat plate below the blade tip moves across the carton surface, ensuring that cuts are made to the desired depth. Using this guide makes it even easier to neatly cut off the tops of cartons. Our RTY models use OLFA's exclusive high-quality rotary blades. These ultra-sharp blades have made our rotary cutters popular for their ability to smoothly and cleanly cut all kinds of fabric, from thin cloth to thick quilts. This revolutionary cutter also enables free cutting of paper, rubber, and other materials such as film that were previously hard to cut. This simple and easy-to-use design is the successor to the world's first hand rotary cutter that was developed by OLFA in 1979. Before use, the blade cover is retracted to expose the blade. Then material placed on a cutting mat can be cut by running the blade over it. The rotary cover can be used either right or left-handed. The blade cover should always be replaced after use to keep the blade safely covered. An added safety feature has been built into the RTY2DX rotary cutter. It has been designed so that the blade is only exposed when the handle is gripped. Using the same exclusive ultra-sharp rotary blades as the RTY2DX is a breakthrough tool that cuts all kinds of fabric from thin cloth to thick quilts, and enables free cutting of paper, rubber, and other materials, such as film that were previously hard to cut. When the lock is released and the handle is squeezed, the blade comes out. Gripping the handle allows cutting to be done by running the blade over material laid on a cutting mat. After use, press the lock button to ensure that the blade does not accidentally come out when the cutter is not in use. With the RTY2DX, the blade can be reversed, allowing either right or left-handed use. In addition to the RB45 flat rotary blade, the WAB45 and PIB45 blades can also be used for making neat and easy wavy cuts and paint edges. Just like drawing a circle, the CMP3 is a rotary cutter that can cut circles of from 4 to 22 centimeters in diameter in cloth and paper. Forget the trials of the past. It's now surprisingly easy to cut circles in cloth. Before use, firmly pinch the sides of the blade cover and pull it up to expose the blade. When you remove the spike cap, to prevent loss, attach it to the compass. Gripping the handle lightly from above, turn the arm to trace a circle with the blade. When drawing small diameter circles, the ratchet mechanism can be used to perform the cut. After use, ensure that the blade cover and spike cap are put back in place. To replace the blade, release the pin lock. Do not release the pin lock except when replacing the blade. The CHN1 is a cutter for quilting and chenille that has selectable guides for different material thicknesses. Black rotary CHB1 blades are made for use only with the CHN1. The ultra-sharp cutting edge enables work to proceed smoothly. For cutting, the rotary blade is fixed in position. When the edge becomes dull from use, A fresh edge can be moved into place with a small turn of the dial. The cutter is designed to provide 24 working edges per rotary blade. The single dial ensures simple operation, both for the cutting guides and for advancing the blade. The cutter is multifunctional yet surprisingly compact. To change the blade, release the locking lever on the bottom to enable separation of the parts. When putting in a new blade, place it in the central depression so that it is set in position just covering the circle sticking out from the body. When bringing the top and bottom parts of the body together, to ensure a proper fit, there are two places where lugs and indentations have to be aligned. After fitting the top and bottom, close the locking lever. After fitting a new blade, set the dial to 0 on the scale. The number will go up each time a fresh edge is advanced. When the dial returns to 0, it is time to replace the blade. The RM 30x30 cutting mat does more than protect the worktop. Because it can be rotated 360 degrees, instead of awkwardly adapting your posture to the travel of the cut, you can always maintain comfort by simply moving the material to where it is easiest to cut. In addition to a grid, angle guidelines showing 30, 45, 60, and 90 degrees help when cutting shapes for patchwork or paper craft. The P800 is designed for cutting acrylic, vinyl, and other rigid plastic sheets. It can be used for scoring lines into all kinds of hard materials. To cut plastic sheeting, the blade is used to score a line where the cut is needed. By repeatedly running the blade over the line, the material is scored to half its depth. Then, by bending it from the ends, the plastic sheet should snap apart. Fracture roughness can be smoothed by using the back of the blade to produce a neat chamfered edge. The blades are reversible and can be stored in the bottom of the handle. Using the MC45DX, it's easy to make neat mounts for pictures and photos. It cuts neat 45-degree beveled edges in mounting card and styrene board. It comes with a ruler that has a non-stick bottom. The cutter slides along a channel in the ruler, which is used to accurately control the cut. It helps to prevent uneven edges and easily provides neat results. The MC45DX enables you to simply and neatly cut any size framing mount you want.